You are listening to a Pod Bros exclusive.
Hey now, welcome, brand new episode, Take Aim Outdoor podcast, and excited to be back. Sorry, we've been absent the last, 2 weeks, but excited to get out a new show today. And for the next couple weeks, I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do basically a summer scouting special. So we're going to talk about some of the tips and techniques. And this is going to be a little bit shorter, just 5-10 minute podcast about what we're doing every week during the summer, trying to get adapted to, the change in the whitetail's life, what I hunt all the time, which is whitetail, and building that plan for the fall now during the summer. There's so much going on this time of year with, does having fawns, bucks starting to grow the velvet. There's a lot of stuff going on, which makes it super exciting time of year. So I thought it'd be cool if we did a short series to just kind of cover all those topics. So today what we're going to do is we're going to kind of cover just exactly that. We're going to cover some tips using your trail cameras and starting that initial scouting in the summer. So we're right beginning first week or two here in June, and like I said earlier, there's a lot going on right now. We got does and fawns, we have bucks getting into velvet, and they're getting to the point now where we can maybe start to ID them a little bit. So if you're new to this, what are you going to do? Where are you putting this camera? So during the summer, I primarily run mineral. And what I do with the mineral is if it's a new mineral site, I will, try to get it established. I like to clear out a really big area, get rid of all the leaves, anything overhanging, get rid of all of anything that is just tall, wild grass, weeds that would actually trip my trail camera. So I'll clear out that spot pretty big. And what that does too is it allows some of the deer not to get so nervous when they come into an area that's really tight. There's multiple deer. So this just kind of eases their nervous system a little bit, that they have this room to kind of mill around and take their time if they want to enjoy some mineral. So I can't tell you enough about what a sweet and easy technique this is to run a good mineral. For one, regardless of the brand you're choosing, just make sure it has a lower salt intake. You can do a high salt, and deer need salt, don't get me wrong. They absolutely need it in their system. But what happens is when we're giving them, a mixture of more mineral towards salt compared to the salt, they're getting those extra nutrients in the body. It helps does, fawns, does lactating and feeding the fawns. It even helps antler growth. It helps keeps ticks, fleas off the deer. Those things are huge. It helps their immune. It helps their digestive system. So that, the benefits are endless. But what you're going to notice is, I'm going to tell you right offhand, is we're going to be doing this from, May, April, and then it's going to taper off in September because the deer, again, just changed their habits. But anyways, during the summer, it is a humongous tool. It will just drive deer nuts. You're going to get so much information based on deer numbers. You're going to get information that you can use on your home farm or hunting property, I should say. You're going to get so much stuff like buck to doe ratio. You're going to get to know how many fawns you have on for potential the next couple of years. You're going to get to know, if that buck to doe ratio is really out of whack, what you need to do. And then obviously you're going to be able to start targeting some of these deer, that are repeat customers. You're going to be able to be like, well, this guy's, man, every week those pictures are rolling in. He's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think I have a possible shooter. And sometimes if you have these established, you're going to get these deer, hopefully, if you're not shooting little ones, you're going to get these deer at 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. You're going to really be able to put together a puzzle. And knowing a deer of that age is living on your property is half the battle. So start running those minerals. What I like to do is, trail camera 8-10 feet away. It gives you a nice big range on the camera, plenty enough room for the infrared to flash, or trip, I should say, and you're going to be able to get, 4 or 5 deer in a photo, at one time or more, if that many deer are standing around that mineral. But what I like to do is, lots of times, especially during mineral season, sometimes does will come in all day, hour after hour. So if you have the option, set those clicks on your camera, push it back to a minute or even 5. I don't really like 5. I wish there was a 3-minute, but I've had 99 photos of the same doe just nonstop. She won't leave. So I've learned, I've taken it away from that 5-second trip and pushed mine back right now to a minute, just because it's so much work when you're running so many cameras to click through, just endless amounts of photos. So that's a very good tip, is to just kind of ease back on that sensitivity on the time lapse. So another good thing to do is, make sure you're pointing that camera in the right direction so you're not getting tripped out by the sun. I mentioned clearing all the debris and the ground growth from the earth so it doesn't trip the camera, but also on these cameras, make sure I have no issues pointing that camera north, and I really don't have, much issue at all if it's even facing east. Even though the sun's going to rise, it starts to head south right away. I don't have issues with it. I do have a lot of issues sometimes facing south. Some spots you just can't get away with it, but it is what it is. But north, I'm always safe. If I can find a camera in the location to point it north, I have zero issues like that. So, just good, exciting stuff. Love this time of year. Like I said, another key thing is, once you figure out, really focus on those deer numbers. Know what's on your property. Know the numbers of your does if you can. Know the numbers of your bucks if you can. So you can go in this fall and figure out, hey, I definitely need to take 5 does off this property, or likewise. Or, most importantly, if you're trying to shoot upper age in deer like I am, you're going to know that this farm only has one 5-year-old, but it has a 3-year-old. What are you going to do? How are you going to play this? Are you going to pass on him if you get the opportunity, or what are you going to do? So another good thing is, unfortunately, here in the Midwest, we had that horrible drought of 2012. So, a lot of people ease off in the summer scouting. Keep running those cameras, because, again, if God forbid we have another drought like we did, it could be catastrophic. So make sure that you monitor those cameras. And if you're starting to notice some of those deer, if we do have a drought, pay attention to this weather, pay attention to those cameras, and then get out and walk that property. So at least there's nothing worse than being unprepared. You go into October, you have no clue what's on the property, you don't know what you're seeing. So, just take advantage of this awesome time of year where you can run these cameras, get multiple deer coming into these minerals. I think I kind of forgot to mention that, once I establish those, what I do is 10 pounds a month is the rule of thumb to keep those mineral sites going. So regardless, I haven't really noticed if I have X number of deer that I need to replenish it a little bit faster. I haven't had that problem. 10 pounds is plenty. And every time I do, the deer are right back on it. And, I'm getting more photos. So make sure that, you try to reestablish, refreshing those mineral sites every month, absolutely during the summer, because they're using it nonstop. So, but use this time of year for those reasons, because it is so important to get a game plan, get the numbers, get the buck to doe numbers, and formulate this plan. It's part of summer scouting. So we're going to do, another one next week on summer scouting. We're going to switch it up. Every week we're going to have a new topic. So, Hope you guys enjoy. This episode, I want to say thanks to our friends at Cell Max Batteries. Make sure you check those out. Cell Max are the official batteries that we run in our trail cams here at Take Aim Outdoors. They have not failed us. We love them, so make sure you check out Cell Max, cellmaxbatteries.com. Check them out. Make sure you guys leave us a review on iTunes. Leave us 5-star. Let us know how you like the show. You can check us live every Tuesday, podbros.com, outdoor podcast channel, and we'll see you guys down the road.